Can you suck it like the damn warhead? Girl, are you an airhead?
Teaching you how to do that teleport in my edit. A lot of you have seen and have been asking me, how did I do that? So the first thing you want to do is get your 2 Twixtor clips. So we'll put this Photoshop scene and we'll make that, put that over there for later. So you just get your 2 clips. So my first clip, Tanjiro's on the bottom, next clip is on the top. And this can be done with multiple scenes, which I'll show you later. For Tanjiro to teleport, or anybody to teleport in place in the same scene, the scene needs to be still. As you can see, the scene is not moving in this whole entire thing. The scenery is not moving, only Tanjiro. And so that's what you need. You need a scene like that to be able to teleport him in the same scene, because if not, it will look kind of weird and choppy. But yeah, get your 2 Twixtor clips, and you want to take your last frame. You need Effects Console, it's the easiest way. Take your last frame, control space, boom, save to PNG. When you get that PNG, you want to put it into Photoshop. Here you go, this is my Photoshop, it's in Photoshop, my PNG is there. And we need to, the first thing we want to do is erase Tanjiro. In order to erase Tanjiro, you need to use the spot healing brush tool, or just press J. So usually you're on this, so just press J and then you're on your spot healing tool. You just want to go over him. It doesn't need to be perfect because you're just erasing him, and you'll see Photoshop works miracles. You can get it really easily, you know what I mean? And there, Tanjiro's gone, just like that, he's gone. It's really the most basic thing in the world, and you can keep on healing it so that it blends in a little bit better. And there's also more advanced ways to blend everything a little bit better, but this is fine. You know, it's your first time doing it, or you just want to test it out, that's fine. Easy, just like that. Now you go back into After Effects and take that thing you just made with the spot heal tool. If you want to save it, just save as and keep it as a Photoshop file if you're using After Effects, and you can just import it directly into Adobe After Effects. If you're using something else, like another software, you can probably do the same, but you probably have to save it as a PNG. Not that it matters that much. And so we have him in the next frame, he's just gone. And then the next frame, he's there. That's the most basic you can get with it. And now you can do other things. One, we need movement. So obviously the start of your clip, this is just a scale that you would like at the start of your clip. At the start of most clips, you can watch a couple tutorials, sculpt tutorials. I can make my own. If you guys in the future, I might make my own. You can scale it like this for the start. I like scaling it something like this. There you go, little start scale. And then you need to add transform above, because you want a scale here, because it looks weird without movement. So you add transform, keyframe, scale, press U to open up the only key, to open up where the keyframes are only. Go to the end, scale it, let's say 120, 115, whatever, you know, whatever you like, whatever you're feeling, and it will zoom in like that. You want to highlight it, F9. You can either do it in Easy Ease or do Flow. Not everybody has Flow, but if you don't have it, I recommend downloading it. I can show you it's the same exact thing, just takes more time when you're not in, you know, when you're not in Flow. But basically the graph that I want for this is a graph that kind of looks similar to this right here, and on Flow it would look like this. I don't have any preset graphs saved on Flow. I make them all like every time. They're not that hard to make. Okay, so just make it look like that. And this one is like a basic slow shape. That's really slow scale. It's a really good scale. I use it in most of my edits, Vibe. And then at the end of this, you want it to come back out. It doesn't need to come all the way out. You can make it 110 if you want. I'm gonna just make it 110 and do the same exact scale. I'm doing the same exact graph. There you go. Little movement. And we can now do the most basic teleporting effect you can. So if you want to make more effects in the teleporting, like I did in my edit, you need to mask out Tanjiro as well, not only the background. So you want to go back into your After Effects. You want to go back into your Photoshop and open a new thing with the same clip, the last scene, and just mask out Tanjiro. And to do this, you want to use the Quick Selection tool, or W. That's W, Quick Selection tool. Now you want to select Subject, and that just takes the character out of the scene, like it automatically does it. And it's not perfect, so you can zoom in by pressing Control Alt and using scroll wheel. You want to zoom in and just select with left click, holding left click, just select what you want. If it's not good enough, select what you want, and alt click to delete what you don't want. You just want to keep doing that and doing that until it's perfect. I already have a scene like this, but just keep doing this, you got it, keep doing that, and then import it like I showed you before. Export it out into your After Effects, and I will pull my scene in. There you go. And this is my, if we turn off this clip, you can see that's just my Tanjiro only. And the reason why we need this is to make him flicker. So you want to pull down your Photoshop scene all the way to the bottom and drag it out through the whole thing under. So that way, when you delete this, I can add things on my Tanjiro. So you want it kind of like this, and he can flicker like that. And that's the most basic. Just add a couple frames of Tanjiro over whatever, and he'll just flicker, flicker. You can do the same thing to the end, but if you're really lazy, you just add like a basic S flicker and just do like high amplitude with the luma frequency really low, everything really low, so that it's dark like that, and just flicker it like that. Make a flicker like that instead, and just add some black solids. This is if you're really lazy for the last part, or you can just repeat what I taught you in the first part. But if you're lazy, there you go. You don't need to teleport him back up. You can just flicker and put a couple black solids so that he's back. It already looks pretty good. Like that's unique. Like you don't see anybody doing this. It's pretty cool. The masking is great, and it's really fast and easy. Like people probably think that it takes forever, but with a couple of like small tutorial, boom, you really learned how to do it. And if you want, you can add more things to make it better. You can add scan lines, keep it basic. Put some levels, make it darker. Just a couple frame, like it's a framer. Just add one framers, whatever one framers you like. You can warp him. You need to fix the anchor point first though. What's your anchor point? Press A. There you go. Anchor point, center him, and just position him back to where he's supposed to be. It's pretty. You can just hover it over and just position him back where he's supposed to be. There you go. And warp him. So put on this warp. Pinch. So fisheye warp, which is the pinch warps. And you can just pinch him in, bend him in, position him to the left a little bit. Just any one framers you make. Probably looks good. Anything that looks teleporty, you can go through my edit and look at what I did frame by frame and recreate it. You can put some particles at the end, but I don't want to get into all that. And that's basically how to teleport your character, how to mask out, how to teleport him in the most basic way. And I'll show you guys on another scene, because that's not the only scene I did it in. There's another scene back here. As you can see, he teleports, and this is almost the lazy way. So can see he teleports here, and boom, he's just back to another destination, because you can do that. You can do anything you want with it. And it's the same exact thing as you can see. Scene, he disappears. I added some one framers and some particles, which you can do. Disappears and just reappears. He literally just blinks in, like there's not much he did here. He's there, he's gone, he's there. And I added some RGB so that it looks cool. And it's that simple. It's that simple, it really is. If you like the tutorial, like the video, share the video, subscribe, you know. This is my first tutorial. I'll probably be doing more in the future. And it was pretty fast. I tried to keep it short and simple for what it was. I'll do some basic tutorials maybe in the future, like scaling, but there's already so many out there that I don't think I need to do it. But not everybody scales the same way I do. Some people want me to teach them how to scale, and I think this is just an easier way to teach how I edit, because I think my style does differ a little bit, slightly, from other people's styles out there. So yeah.